Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel for a 2025 memory planner flip through. We're doing part 1, which is the first 6 months, because I did separate my planner into two sections of 6 months. So we'll do the first one in this video, and then the next video I will flip through the second half of the year. So I did my sticker planning this year in 2025 in a Print Pressions, 2 Print Pressions binders, which I'm afraid Print Pressions has closed. So I apologize you can't pick these up anymore. And I did use these dated Caress press inserts. She is selling undated, I think, now, but this is what I used last year. So this was the setup for my first half of 2025. I have some Sonia Steggerman things here and some just a Papershire thing that I cut down at the back. There's a whole setup in my 2024 Planmas if you want to watch that. And I did decorate the covers in my own art throughout with each month. So let's get into the flip through. So we just have a 2025 at the start, and then I have a January with my Winter Paris art. So this half of the year I did use Caress Press monthlies just to do my usual forward planning monthlies in here. Just very simple, holidays, paydays, new releases, things like that. So the first week of 2025, I used my resolutions art from SPC to mark the new year, which was on Wednesday. Well, New Year's Eve was Tuesday, it's Wednesday. And yeah, this was like an older art which that I did for this year that I did in 2024 for 2025 was sort of at home with working on the planner and journaling. And I thought it turned out really, really pretty. And I love the champagne lights foil that I used. So on New Year's Eve we had a cheesecake and pizza, and we had some champagne. So a super fun, normal, chill New Year's Eve. We were also watching Malcolm in the Middle at the time, which was really good. I love Malcolm in the Middle. And it snowed on New Year's Day because we didn't have we almost had no snow in December. So we got all our snow in January and February instead. So have a look. Oh, we're also watching Friday Night Lights here as well. We were binge watching it. And of course I had to use the Texas Cowboy cheerleader stickers for Friday Night Lights. But I love how the spread came out. I didn't really change up my style or anything. We just did our usual color blocking and bougie boxes. And I was reading The Sword of Kaigen at the time because it's kind of a wintry, snowy story, and I really enjoyed The Sword of Kaigen. Well, enjoyed is a stretch. It was very, very emotional as a book. So the second week we have just a chill little snow day at home, snow set, keeping it super duper, January feels. We have silver snowy snowflake foil in here. Looks like I got a Christmas gift from Andrea, got delivered this day. It was just a bit, as I get through the mail. So I got a gift from Andrea, which I can't remember now. I think maybe that was the graphic novels she sent me. I think that was it. I also started reading The Long Way to a Distant Planet, which these Becky Chamber books were really good. What else we got here? Oh, we watched the new Wallace and Gromit movie, which I really enjoyed. It all short. I can't remember. Was it a whole movie? I can't remember. But yeah, I really love the way this came out. We had a bunch of snowflakes. This is just a normal bougie boxes underneath, so I brought the snowflakes as well into the date cover, header overlays, and they look really, really good. Oh, Club Sando, they were like a pop-up, they're like a little food truck, which was an Australian food truck, because Australians call sandwiches Sando. So it was kind of fun, and they're actually they popped up in right next to our building, even though it was super cold. So that was fun, I remember that one. Then we got some more winter, but this one's paired with a rose gold foil. I love that. This is from Caress Press. Let's have a look. So I was still listening to Sword of Kaigen and I cried a lot. So, like in the middle of the book, the at the end of the second third, I guess, because there's kind of like there's like 1, 2, 3, like a third of each book is like a specific thing, and then there's kind of the climax at the end of the second third, and then the final third of the book is kind of like, it's just sort of going through like what happens afterwards, like the after effects, which isn't usual. These books usually don't include that. But that was when I got to like the main part. If you've read Sword of Kaigen, you know where I was crying a lot. Pretty much during the main battle near the end. So yeah, cried a lot. I was like sobbing trying to work listening to that book. It was super hard. And I was getting a custom done here too. Oh, and this is when David Lynch passed away. I can't believe that was over a year ago now. Because I had to use a blue rose sticker for David Lynch because of Twin Peaks. Can't believe that was over a year. That's crazy. So, such a long time ago. I feel like I just never know when these things happen anymore. And then this week in January, this is the second to last week, I brought back this old art from SPC. This was a custom of a winter mermaid set that we did together. And oh, that's when I did my 2024 flip on the 20th of January. This one's a bit later than usual, but that's okay. So much Infinity Nikki news, that's funny. Because I just started playing Infinity Nikki. The game started like the beginning of December, so we got a whole lot of year of Infinity Nikki playing in here, which I did play it every single day last year, so I was pretty happy with that. Still super into it. Oh, this is when we got fireworks season. That's why we got lots of news. That was really exciting. We got a whole new map with fireworks in it. This is a mixed metal of hollow and sparkly hollow too. Really fun foil. Then for the last week of January, we got this more bright and colorful Caress Press, I think, kit. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I recognize the boxes now. Yeah, I loved the bright colors and something very different for January. Super duper pretty. We had Lunar New Year was the year of the snake, I guess, because I put it there. Yeah, it was the year of the snake. That's silly. Anything else in here? I was now listening to the next Wheel of Time book, A Shadow Rising. Oh, and I finished that, and then I started reading The Tainted Cup, which is like my a 5-star of the year. I think I gave Sword of Kaigen 5-star, and that's more of a 4.5. But The Tainted Cup was definitely the first 5-star of the year. I loved it. And I started playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which I've kind of dropped off now, to be honest, but it was really fun at first. And then we get into Feb with my Cherry Valentine art there. And a super duper bright kit from Caress Press. So then I brought in some more lively, pinkish, date-ish kind of kits for Valentine's. We got this Dinah one from SPC. Really cool art from Dusk. I always love her customs for SPC. So I was also reading Foundry Side. And I guess at this point I also had finished The Tainted Cup. I was reading Fadebound, I think, at this time then, which was more like a 2-star. A 2-star, I'm afraid, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's just the start of my journey of I don't like romantasy. I think that's really what it is. And I started also reading The Book That Wouldn't Burn. I was reading a lot this January. I guess I did in 2025 as well. It was a good reading month. Laptop Boys, which I can't remember now. I think that's when I needed to switch to using an external hard drive to make videos, because making videos just destroyed my laptop. It would fill it every single time. Videos just are so big now. So then we have the actual week of Valentine's Day, and I used my Cherry Valentine art. This is from SPC, and I just used I think this is Champagne Lights, yeah. a Champagne Lights foil. It looks so pretty and romantic. What I got here? We're watching Severance at this point. Still doing lots of work. I had a new release here. Playing lots of Hello Kitty and Nikki. We also had our smoke alarms checked. Which, yeah, we just had that in January this year too. Every January they check our smoke alarms, which is good, but it is very loud. Yeah, that was really it. I guess also on Valentine's, we watched The Pit and Severance, and we had a steak for dinner. So super chill Valentine's for us. Oh, and then this was the roller disco Valentine's art that I did with SPC custom. So fun. I paired this with a sparkly red foil as well as some light purple as well. Super cute. Love the way this came out, and I loved doing this art. It's just so fun, like 80s roller disco vibes, with like the shed straw in the slushy. And You're a Totally Righteous Babe. Look at here. I got A Common Orbit. This is the second book that Becky Chambers quadrilogy, I guess it is. I think it is 4 books. I just went straight into reading them because they were so good. And then I was also reading, I just read a whole ton of books. Then I started Ancillary Sword, which it's the second after Ancillary Justice. It was also really, really good. And this is where I started planning Realmathon for the first year, and now I'm currently in the middle of my second Realmathon. So we'll see how that goes. I was also listening to Paladin's Grace too. Once again, Paladin's Grace is it's a fantasy romance rather than a romantasy, but it still didn't quite do it for me, I'll be honest. Oh, and then I broke out this odd loop art of the Sailor Moon. I did love doing this one. I used some random mixed color stickers from SPC to make my style of planning work with these odd loop stickers. So pretty. I love how it came out. I love a Sailor Moon. And Sailor Moon is just romantic to me, which is why I had it in Feb. I also read Gideon the Ninth here, which I mostly enjoyed, but I really hated Gideon's sense of humor. It just wasn't for me, but I overall enjoyed the story and the world, so I will continue to read it at some point. But yeah, I gave it like a 3-star because I did like that, but I didn't like the character Gideon. I don't know. It was a struggle. It was just very immature humor to me. It just wasn't mine. I know a lot of people love Gideon the Ninth though. And then we go into March, which I used my fantasy fan art for because I thought it was perfect. We had a cute little Caress Press kit of St. Patrick's Day for the month. So here, this is like the last of my winter sets because it was still snowing in March. And well, right now, and it's about the same time right now. Like literally it's the 8th, and here's the 8th here on Saturday. The snow is still kind of here, but it's we had a whole lot of rain, and it's kind of melted all the way. So yeah, we could get more snow, but who knows. The snow is kind of going now, but it was still pretty snowy when I used this set. This is like my very light pastel romantic winter set, which was super duper pastel. I do like the way it came out. Just paired it with a lavender and hollow mixed metal foil. This was the Wheel of Time fan event before the show came. So the 3rd season came out, and of course they cancelled it after the 3rd season, which is super lame. I'm super mad about that still because it was getting so good. Like the 4th season would have been awesome, but there you go. What are you gonna do about that, I guess? And then, so this is the week of Heidi's birthday. Now I realize I have to think about what kit to use for her birthday. And the fact that it's like next week. But anyway, so my cat's birthday is on the 15th, and she had a vet appointment that day. And this is when we started like the whole thing of that she had to get tested to see if she had, well, she had to get an x-ray and stuff to see if she had arthritis. So yeah. And that's when we found out that Heidi does have arthritis in her elbows, her front legs. But seemingly it's not too bad, especially since we've started doing, she gets hip and joint supplements every night. So it hasn't been too bad. She's been pretty pain-free, it feels like, since then. But she was very limpy at that time, so always good to get them checked. But sadly, she did have a vet appointment on her birthday. Her 10th birthday, finding out she has arthritis, which really sucks. A poor girlie. I was reading here Ancillary Mercy, which was the last book in the Ratch series, like trilogy, which was really good. All 5-star reads, basically. And again, I was reading here for the Realmathon, Readathon too. And then we finally got the first episodes of Wheel of Time Season 3 here. And sadly, that will be the last of it, which really sucks. Then I used my Fantasy Fan art here, just with some gold foil with some leaves, which is usually autumn, but I felt like it also went like the fantasy vibes, especially with the leaves in the art. And I was reading this this horror sci-fi Dead Silence, and it actually made me really scared that night. I was like, eek! I don't know, just I had a lot of like the movie Ghost Ship vibes. Yeah, which scared me a lot as a kid. So that was fun. Here we also tried to watch The Blacklist to find other shows like Reacher and stuff, and we weren't really into The Blacklist, to be honest. We much prefer Reacher over that. The Blacklist was okay, but it was just a bit too network TV for us. It probably would have been much better if we watched it years ago, you know? And then I used this cute matcha art from SPC using a matte silver. I just love the green vibes again, leading into the purple of April. So I thought that was a good leading into it. So we got purples and blues leading into April here. I did go out and I went to the academic bookstore here, just a really nice bookstore, and bought some things and went to the post office. We got a new season Infinity Nikki. Again, reading lots of books. So I read Velocity Weapon here. And then in January of this year, 2025, I finally read the second book after Velocity Weapon. So it's been a while. It's been a while. Oh, I made a peach cobbler on Saturday night. That's really fun. Oh, we had Hard Rubbish as well, which we took out a bunch of stuff to, they do a big pickup where you can get rid of your, like, big things, electronics, every now and then in our area. Yeah, I really love the way this set came out. Then we have April. I got my little artist art there. I used some of my custom art for SBC because I thought, why not? I have access to the art, so I'm going to make my own things for my own pleasure. So we got April, sort of like a at-home Easter set. Well, this is my Easter art, yes. So first of all, this is the week of my partner Luck's birthday. So I finally used this more like gender neutral birthday set that came out at SBC. I just really loved the birthday donuts here. So cute. We got tons of cakes and donuts in this set. And it was their birthday. We had a lazy day. We were watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We had hot dogs. But because on the day before we had snow in April, and I baked them a chocolate cake, and we got steak for delivery. It was just easier to get on the Saturday than it was on the Sunday. So our usual dinner time. Oh, and here I was reading God Killer, and I literally am right now in the middle of the second book, Sunbringer. So look at me, continue on all my series the year after. Yeah. And surprisingly, you'll be surprised to know I still remember what happened in these books. I know, crazy. Then for this week, I really want to use this pretty picnic art, which is so purpley and green, and I brought in this purple foil to go with it. And April, I remember, was actually the month of magical readathon, so I was reading books for that as well. So I got Water Moon here, which is was my guild book, and then I needed to read a book with witches in it, so I read Witches Steeped in Gold, which was a cool fantasy set in a fantasy Jamaica world, like Jamaican fantasy, but the book, it's like the story itself wasn't very good, but the world was cool. We always love something different in fantasy, not just the usual Western Europe. I was also listening to the new the sequel after Tainted Cup, A Drop of Corruption, another 5-star book. I love it so much. Alright, and then this Sunday we're like, you know what? That cake last week was so good, so I baked another cake. Because, you know, what's stopping me? I still had all the ingredients, so I made another cake. It's a slippery slope, you know, where you just end up baking a bunch of cakes. And then I assume this was Easter week or somewhere near it, but I wanted to use my Spring Garden Easter art because I was really, really proud of how this came out, especially this paper with the sort of quilted blanket. I just loved the way this art came out. So I definitely wanted to use it even though I don't celebrate Easter. Yeah, it had like a little bit of Peter Rabbit vibes, McGregor's Garden, little rabbit. So yeah, I thought this turned out so cute. I love it so much. So have a look here. We got bubble tea this day, which was super good. Oh, the cleaning mail. That must be when I got a bunch of cleaning stuff in the mail. This year, in 2025, sorry. It's 2026 now. Why do I keep saying it's 2025 now? Anyway, sorry if I've been confusing. In 2025, I got like a whole steam cleaner and stuff. It was so good. I love my new cleaners. And we were watching a lot of the Hunger Games movies during this week. We just like binge watched them. Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 1, Mockingjay Part 2, and then A Ballad of Songbirds. We haven't read the books, but we enjoyed watching through the movies. And then on this day, Lug finished Death Stranding, the first one, Death Stranding, which is crazy. They never finish a game like that. And then it's just the last week of April, we got cherry blossoms because we're finally getting into more spring weather despite the snow that had recently happened. And there are cherry blossoms in Helsinki, so there's also a lot of plum blossoms too. Super pretty. So this week, I just paired this with this cherry blossom pink foil from Planner Choco, just an adorable mixture. We have Andrea's birthday up here to mark that in. Oh, it looks like we're about to get a big Infinity Nikki update, so I watched the Chinese live stream and the English live stream. Oh, here we go, snow. We had another day of snow here on the weekend. And we watched Conclave because, you know, I'd heard a lot of good stuff about it and I really enjoyed the film Conclave. And then we have May, just some summer art here that I did. Although this set is a lot darker from Caress Press for May. So I used this Gamer Girl set because we had we had the 1.5 update for Infinity Nikki. Kind of controversial, but I feel like a year on, it was fine. And I still enjoyed playing it. I played some with the owner of Bella Planella. We had a lot of fun doing a little bit of co-op. Then it was May Day or Vabu, which is a big holiday here. Labor Day. I did a big clean. Doing some spring cleaning here. Did some spring cleaning of my Sims mods as well. And we also watched the movie Game Night, which we'd never watched before, and I've heard so many good things about it. It stars Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams. So good. Highly recommend checking out Game Night if you haven't, especially if you also like a game, you know, into board games and gaming with friends kind of thing. It was a really good film. And then I'm using this is like a a honeybee set from Caress Press, and I paired it with this light blue foil to go with the sort of the light blue throughout the set. Turned out so pretty. I love the way the light blue foil looks. So now I got some new skincare in here, which is cool. We love some new skincare. Oh, and then this is when they chose, of course, we watched Conclave because they were choosing a new pope, and they chose Leo the 14th. Yes, Leo the 14th here. I'm not Catholic, but I found it very interesting to follow, so I did, and I've marked it in because we did follow that and watch it, because, you know, it's a fun ritual thing, and I know about Catholic stuff, so I did Catholic history, so in that sense, I was interested too. And then we also have my Spring Blossom spring art from the year. I paired it with a pink foil. I thought it turned out so pretty and soft and girly. I really wanted to do, I got really into like the girly stuff, especially with Infinity Nikki. But Luck was sick here. Oh, poor baby. And then, what else? Oh, we were playing, well, Luck was playing and I was kind of playing with them, like watching them, but Lost Records, which is a really good, I highly recommend Lost Records, especially if you like Life is Strange and games like that. Highly recommend Lost Records, which we played that, and then we played the new Life is Strange, and that was probably a mistake because we actually thought Lost Records was better than the new Life is Strange game, which was a bit sad. But yeah, definitely check out Lost Records if you want a cute little story about teens kind of game, a bit like Life is Strange. But I think that's the original Life is Strange team made Lost Records, and a new team made Life is Strange, the new one. So that's probably why it was better. And then I started feeling sick, so obviously Luck got me sick. Just a week later. And then, is this the last week of May? No, still have another week. But I'm bringing out, you know, these soft, springy kits. This was sort of a Books and Blossoms or Coffee and Blossoms set. And yeah, I was sick this week, like proper sick. It really sucked being this sick all week. And of course I couldn't really work either. Although at least I had just had my May sale that I have every year. I felt better enough in this evening and in Saturday to do another lot of hard rubbish and cleaning the balcony for spring because it really needed to be cleaned, although Locke did the majority of the cleaning of the balcony that day, which I was very grateful for, because I know we're on the first floor, or okay, in American and here and a lot of other places it's considered the second floor. So if you go into a building that's the first floor, we're in the second floor. But my Australian British mind wants to go ground first. So we're technically, well, here it'd be called the second floor, but it was also the first floor in my mind. Anyway, so it's not very high up, and yet I'm pretty sure I have a phobia of heights because it's really, really bad, but I cannot, if we open the windows at our balcony, I can't be out there because I feel like I'm falling over and dying. Like pain in my body. So it makes I can't clean the balcony glass, which makes me really sad. Because, like, it doesn't matter. But, you know, my fear of heights has other plans sometimes. Typical. And so this is the last week of May, yes, and I used the Gilded Books kit, which was recently re-released to SPC. So definitely go pick that one up if you love it. I used a gold foil, and I love it so much. It's a sort of Victorian feminine books collection, which I love so much. It turned out so good, and I can't wait to use it again. We got a new cat tree for Heidi, because we cleaned out our balcony with the hard rubbish, washed the windows, and then we built a new outdoor cat tree for Heidi here. She needed a new one that could actually like support her weight. And what else? We were watching Silo on Apple TV, which was a really good sci-fi show. A few in my feels here, but then Locke's dad came and visited us, and we got Georgian food, as in the country of Georgia. Now, Georgian food, it's kind of our ritual now. Every time he comes and visits, we get Georgian food. So then we come to the last month in this flip through, June, which I used my Australia art set in here. And we just have a pull art for the monthly from Caress Press. And here we go, the start of summer really. I just did this cute coffee summery set. And yeah, just doing random stuff. Locke spent a few days with their dad, and we also went out and got Belgian food at this restaurant called Belga. Really, really good. They had really delicious waffles, actually. I had a delicious savory waffle, which I was surprised at. So good. And then on our walk home, there were baby swans in the canal by our house, and they were so cute. If you look back for this plan with me on my channel, I have a picture of the baby swans for you. But that's what I love, is like wandering around that area. Even though we're in like downtown Helsinki, there's baby swans and there's rabbits and all sorts wandering around Helsinki. It's so lovely. I got a new iPad this day, the new iPad with a new pencil and everything, because Locke's dad kindly gifted me to be able to get a new iPad for my work because I use it a lot. And then this day we met up, Locke's dad, at this restaurant we'd been to the previous year when he had visited, called Jan-Jun, which is like a Japanese Finnish like fusion. And we did like we actually did a K barbecue this time. So it was a bit of Korean as well, but we had like the barbecue in the middle. And we had like 7 courses using the barbecue, which was super fun. And we just sat in the park across the street from the restaurant for a while because we got there early. Just enjoying the summer vibes in Helsinki. And I was playing some Sims here, like one of my Sims was born here. And then, the re-release and the remaster 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge came out this night. One of the best albums ever by My Chemical Romance. And then for this week of June, I used this sort of groovy blossoms. I loved this art. So pretty, with a sparkly, like warm pink daisy foil from Caress Press. And what do we got here? There's a lot of game events on PC Gaming Show. And then this previous week we had Wholesome Games Showcase. So lots of games news in June. And then rot. I just rotted. Had a day of rotting here after going to the chemist and stuff. We got a new Infinity Nikki season here. They kind of happen throughout. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. But a super pretty week. I loved these colors and the grooviness. And then how many? Well, we got 2 more spreads of June. So I use this. I really love this orange set with the oranges, blues, and greens. And this is the week of Midsummer. So Midsummer Eve and Midsummer Day, huge holidays. They're like the biggest holidays here in Finland, really. So I had to mark those off, got those days off. Had a nosebleed on Monday. And then I trimmed my hair because I was just a mess, I guess. We were rewatching Superstore at this time. We had a big rainstorm. I remember it was actually very cold and rainy midsummer this year, which actually like was good to some people and bad to some. You know, some people it's good to have a rainy midsummer, but oh well. We also rewatched the first Austin Powers movie this weekend. We love those. You know, we're millennials, so we enjoyed that. And so for the last week of June here, I used this Fantasy Pride set because the last week of June is Pride in Helsinki. So I prefer to keep it to the end just to mark it on the actual week. Just a really cute Fantasy Pride art from Nella or Clip Art Kits. So still watching Superstore and Austin Powers 2. I did my first stream. I just tried streaming gaming for a little bit. It just became really hard in terms of what time I would have to stream in and what location I have to stream in. Yeah, it just kind of sucked. that didn't really work out. And then we had a thunderstorm on Sunday for the end of June. But that was this week and the end of the first half of 2025. So that was it. I don't know what, I'm not sure what my favorite week would be. I feel like it's just too hard to really know. Like what really like grabs me. I still think I really love this art the most, so probably like this spread the most. The colors and everything just gave me life. And it's weirdly enough, this year, I think my new Easter spring art is the same. Like it supersedes this one. So that's so odd. Maybe like I get a new fresh boost doing spring and Easter. But I think that's my favorite spread. Let me know down below if you have any opinions. What was your favorite spread of the first 6 months of the year? Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed watching this flip through. Just seeing my old spreads. I completely forgot about like all of these. Like that I did this Aristocats kit for Heidi's birthday. And it's like, oh, I thought it kind of weird to have a snowy kit in March, but then you saw it was snowing in April. So I do love the Sailor Moon. Oh, and this one like came out so cool, like the purples. But let me know down below. Otherwise, comment below just some heart emojis to let me know that you watched and enjoyed. Don't forget to check in on Friday when the second half of this flip through goes up. But I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.